Let me tell you about something I couldn't have said 5 years ago. I don't want to just survive well. I want to feel well in my body, in my mind, and in my spirit. And that means I'm no longer chasing a life that looks successful on paper, but feels hollow at my core. Today, we're talking about the radical act of choosing slow living in a world that rewards burnout culture. Because if the cost of peace is my pace, I'm no longer willing to pay for it.
Welcome to Waves of Change. This is my journey of retiring, relocating, and writing what peace means for me. Because you're never too late and your peace is never too far.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Waves of Change. I'm Vanessa, and this episode is crucial. Not because something dramatic happened this week, but because something quiet did. I realized I was tired of pretending the old version of success still fits. And maybe you are too. Especially if you are a teacher, a caregiver, a professional who wakes up every day already depleted. And now we're here at the end of the school year. Another year of lessons, grading, emotional labor, and holding space for everyone else. And just when you thought you could breathe, the prep for another year begins. Or maybe it's even summer school. New students, new standards, new expectations, but that same old empty cup. So let's talk about what it means to live slower, softer, and still more abundantly. Let me take you back a minute. There was a time when I wore exhaustion like a badge of honor. I'd get to work early, stay late, volunteer at every event, answer my emails jolly on the spot. And when someone praised my work ethic, I smiled like I was doing something great. But inside, I was unraveling. I remember one afternoon in particular, I was sitting in my car in the parking lot. Mostly everyone had left for the day, and I could see the cleaning crew rolling on in. I had just finished helping with a special project, but I sat there holding my steering wheel like it was the only thing keeping me from falling apart. I wasn't crying. I wasn't screaming. I was just tired. Y'all know tired. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. I wasn't even 50 yet, but I felt 85. And I remember whispering to myself, this can't be what purpose feels like. That was the first time I truly considered maybe, just maybe, productivity wasn't the prize. Peace was. So now let's talk about what I call high-functioning depletion. It's when you still show up, you still smile, you still get things done, like that employee of the month, but you're slowly fading behind the scenes. You're tired of the endless meetings, tired of being resilient, tired of being asked to stretch your bandwidth further than it was designed to go. And then I saw this viral clip last week, or maybe the week before, by Alex Hormozi. He said people obsessed with work-life balance are usually mediocre at both. Now let me say this first. I admire Alex and his wife Leela. What they built, their mindset, their honesty, they are powerhouses in their lanes, no doubt. But this quote, it just didn't sit right with me. It didn't. Because while I understand the hustle culture that works for some entrepreneurs, I also know there are some people, especially educators, caregivers, and hard-led professionals, who aren't chasing balance out of laziness. They're chasing it out of necessity. So let me be clear, Alex, and those of you who think like Alex, I love you guys. But for many of us, The pursuit of balance isn't mediocrity, it's survival. We don't have the luxury of burning out and bouncing back with $1 million safety net. We have classrooms, we have families, we have nervous systems to protect. And sometimes, the bravest thing we could do isn't grind harder, but to step back and breathe deeper and say, this pace is no longer sustainable for me. And this is where slow living becomes a spiritual practice. I want to share a verse with you that speaks to me in relation to the hustle culture. Isaiah 30:15, and returning and rest, you shall be saved. In quietness and trust shall be your strength. But we skip over the next line. But you would have none of it. Let me say it again. In Isaiah 30:15, and returning and rest, you shall be saved. And quietness and trust shall be your strength. And then it goes on. He goes on. He says, but you will have none of it. God offered peace through rest, through quietness, through trust. And we refused it. Why? Because we've been taught that stillness is laziness. Stillness is mediocrity. That pausing is quitting. That unless we're constantly producing, we're not valuable. But God says the opposite. Peace is not found in the noise, but in returning to Him, to center, to quiet, to who you really are without the hustle. And that brings me to the truth that I've been walking in lately. I want a life where I don't have to recover every weekend from a job I do Monday through Friday. I want to log off without guilt. I want to read books, not just SOPs and chart audits. I want to wake up and feel rooted instead of rushed. And that's why I've started building something new, something small, but it's sacred. And it's helpful and it's purposeful. It's called the Wellrooted Collective. I won't go long about it here because I already have a whole episode. But I will say this, it's a space for teachers, professionals, and givers who are done glamorizing burnout. There's coaching, there's breath work, there are tools to help you to return to yourself. And right now we have a wait list for our Founders Club. And when it opens, this Founders Club will be at a deep lifetime discounted rate. Because I want the people who show up early to have the most grace and the most opportunities. So right now I want you to ground with me for a minute in our mindful moment. I want you to inhale deeply through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And repeat gently, I am allowed to slow down. I can rest without guilt. My worth is not measured in my output. Again, I am allowed to slow down. I can rest without guilt. My worth is not measured in my output. I'm also going to leave you with this reflection prompt. I want you to stop the video, write this down, and think about this question. Reflect on it. If your peace had a voice right now, what would it say? Would it whisper, let go? Would it scream, not this again? Would it say quietly, thank you for noticing me? Reflect on this and let me know in the comments what came to you. Now, if you're new here and just need somewhere to start, the Wellrooted Starter Journal is my free gift to you. It's 10 soulful pages of breathwork, affirmations, and reflection prompts, just like the one I just gave you, for weary educators and heart-led professionals. The link is in the description below. And sometimes all it takes is one breath, one pause, and one page to change your rhythm. Hey, thanks for riding this wave with me. Slow living may not be loud. It may not trend on TikTok, but it heals and it holds, and maybe, just maybe, it's the only way forward from here. Until next time, remember, you're never too late, and your peace is never too far.